Hey DJ, we good. All right, and ladies and gentlemen, like I said, once again, big shouts out to DJ DMF for tapping in with us, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go ahead and get this show started. So, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, I ask that you please help me welcome our guest at this time, none other than TcVsChanze. Let's get it.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's good?
What's
How
going on?
are you?
How you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. Thank you guys for having me up here.
Most definitely. Always. So real quickly, as the host, I want to say welcome to the platform. From my co-host welcomes you as well. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely appreciate you for tapping in. Definitely can't wait to dodge into this journey with you, and hope that hey, be yourself. Hey, feel free to speak how you feel, express how you feel, the whole 9 yards, and we're gonna get this party started. You know what I mean?
All right, bet.
Real quick, so let people know who you are for all the new people that's tapping in. Then we're gonna jump right into it.
Yo, my name is TcVsChanze. I'm an MC out of NC, and yeah, I'm a female rapper, writer, producer, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. All right. So first things first, how did the name TcVsChanze come about? Talk to us a little bit about that.
All right, so TC, my first and middle initials is TC. All right.
Okay.
And so the chance part, and it's funny because I actually talked about it today with somebody. So growing up, I had a friend. His name was Javaris, and his nickname for me was Chance, right? And right when I was in high school, I remember a conversation I had with him. He was like, "Yo, you still doing this rap thing?" Because I was getting a lot of people saying I couldn't rap. I need to quit. I was like, "Nah, bro. I think I'm gonna drop it." He said, "Nah." He said, "Don't do that." He said, "If anybody else is gonna believe in you, you gotta believe in you." And he said, "If you quit, you just proving them wrong." He said, "So you gotta stick with it." And literally like a week later, he passed away after that.
Wow, my condolences. Our condolences to you.
So I ended up deciding to put the name together, TcVsChanze, to kind of commemorate his memory. So that's where the name came from.
Oh, okay. That's what's up. And like I said again, definitely our condolences to you. Like I said, we definitely understand how that can be and how that goes, but we all show love right here on Independent Scene Podcast. So from us to you, you got our love and support. You know what I'm saying?
A great way to remember him.
Most definitely. All right, so let me ask you this. So how long have you been in this rap industry, this rap game?
So I technically started back when I was in, I want to say middle school, 7th grade. Been rapping since I was in 7th grade. But, when I got to college, I did eventually quit. I know, college was taking a lot of my time. It was hard to do music. And, I just fell back. I didn't stop doing music in general because I still did my a cappella group. I was a director. But in terms of like rapping, I wasn't doing that. And I just got back serious in 2020.
Okay. So ever since you started taking this serious, what have you learned mainly about this industry and about yourself as an artist that has allowed you to voice your sound and your flow and your style?
Well, one thing I've learned is you gotta enjoy your own music. If you're not enjoying what you're doing, then nobody else is going to enjoy it with you. Sometimes a lot of people try to make music to please people. No, you gotta please yourself. You gotta like what you're doing, or you're not going to enjoy doing it. And with my style, I'm a little bit different, so I'm not everybody's cup of tea. So I hear a lot of different feedback, but at the end of the day, I enjoy the songs I'm writing. So as long as I know I'm enjoying it, I know there's gonna be somebody else like me who's gonna enjoy it too.
Right. Absolutely. Okay. Staying true to you.
Yeah.
Most definitely. You got to stay true to yourself. Yo, Mike Penn, what's going on, my boy? All right, so my next question I have for you is, being the artist that you are with the sound that you have, what have you learned about yourself that keeps you so in tune with this industry and the way this rap game is going?
So for me personally, I like to make that feel good music. I like to make that music that's gonna make you like feel something. So really and truly, it took a lot for me to like start to tap in and understand. Okay, what makes me feel good. What
Right.
Hmm.
could I do to, you know, make myself feel happy? And a lot of my songs are talking about legitimate things that are true to me. Like for example, on SNL, that song is really based on what me and my friends would go out and do, just having a good old time, you know, and going out on a Saturday night.
It's lit.
Okay. Big lit, big lit. Okay, I feel that. I feel that. So I want to ask this. So now looking at, from the time that you started till now, what is it about your sound, your style, your flow that really captivates or captures the people's attention?
So I've been told I sound like I'm from the '90s,
Okay, okay,
straight from the '90s. I gotta say I have a very large Lupe Fiasco influence.
okay, nothing wrong with that.
I think people hear it as like, oh, okay, this is different than what we've been hearing a lot of the drill or the trap music. Oh, this is a different style. So people are like really willing to listen. Like, this is a different style. This is a different breed of music, and I can tap my feet to it. So
Okay,
Wow.
okay.
It's good to make you stand out. You don't sound like everybody else, drowning in, the sound per se.
Right, exactly, exactly. All right, so now looking at the landscape now, there are so many up and coming artists that are really trying to cement themselves in this industry. And when you look at the landscape of where it is now, do you feel like as an artist that there's a possibility for more and more up and coming artists to really be great, just like how you feel that I know for a fact that saying you putting out the heat?
So yeah, honestly and truthfully, if you notice, a lot of these artists that are up and comers, they're doing it on their own. They put out the labels backing. So there's been a big shift from, of course we have our industry artists, but there's a big shift in the indies as well. And a lot of these indies are bringing heat. Like some of the dopest. I don't even really listen to a lot of mainstream music anymore. My playlist is strictly like made up of independent artists. So we started to take over the music scene.
Okay, okay,
Absolutely.
I feel that. So my next question, let me ask you this. So now, when you think about being in the same cat, when you think about being in the listing of female rappers, and you see your other females, you see your other sisters, what I'm saying, out here crushing it. What is your take on, the women of the industry, taking over and really putting their flag in the ground?
To be honest, I love to, and I've met so many female artists, especially rap artists recently. There's always a lot of female singers, but there are a lot of female rap artists, and like I like to see them win because the road is here for the rest to follow behind me.
Okay, okay, okay. All right. So my next question. So when and I noticed earlier you spoke about what I'm saying, being what I'm saying, having to stay true to the game. How real and how important is it to stay true to the game when you're in this industry?
One, you gotta know your business when it comes to this, or you can get chewed up and spit out. You have to understand this game. You can't just focus on the music side. You gotta focus on all aspects of this game. And if
Right.
you're not playing correctly, you can get lost in the sauce.
Absolutely.
That's true. That's true. That's absolutely true. Everybody that's tapping in, we appreciate you. We appreciate you. All right. So my next question, then I'm gonna let my co-host take over real quick. So when you know, considering how you came up in this industry, right, doing music and really finding yourself, what was or what has been one of the rewards of not only being able to craft who you are, but being able to show people who you are. Like, what's been the reward for you? Being able to fully tap in with people.
To be honest, is the connections I've been making. People who I would have never thought would know my name. It's crazy. These people follow me on IG. I walk into an event and they know who I am. Like I was like, it's wild to me that I can go up at people who I look up to. like radio influencers, and they understand, they know who I am, and that's the crazy thing. It's not even being about the fame; it's the connections that I've been building over and over and over.
Okay. Okay, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Hey, them connections is key. Like I told my co-host, because we talk about this. Timing is everything. Communication is everything. So when you communicate and you got that time, the right timing, things start to work itself out. You know what I'm saying? So that's we
Okay.
got that's the mindset we gotta have. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Most definitely, Quinn. You know what I'm saying? What you got?
So speaking of like the indie, I saw that you had something called Urban Sound. Tell us about that. I was looking and I was like, this is dope. Tell us more about that. How did it come about? The person you're working with, the people you've come across. Let us know.
So Urban Sound is founded by myself and Mr. Music by Bills. He's right there in the chat, y'all. That's
Shout
the
out to Music by Bells.
so So it really started just a dream. Bill, he's my manager, and he's the one like really kicked me, like did kick into starting this music game. Because I promise you, he met me in 2019, and well, he met me in 2018, but in 2019, he said, "Yo, do this music thing." I was like, and like eventually he kept like pushing me and pushing me and pushing me. So in 2020, I came out and I finally performed like I was supposed to. And so that's how the team started. It just started with just me and him. And then we were like, yo, what if we can do something for the independent artists? Because I'm independent and I wanted to try to give back to the artists who were just like me, just trying to, find their way, make a stamp in music. So we came up with Urban Sound, which is basically an independent artist group that, just tries to help push independent artists.
Dope.
That's
I think
dope.
it's super dope. Any platform that independent artists can come up there and showcase talent, let people know, what's up. I love it. I definitely like what you guys are doing down with Urban Sound.
Most definitely, most definitely. Now, real quick, I want to jump back in real quick before my co-host takes over again. Real quick, talk us a little bit about your growing up. What was growing up like for you as a kid, and finally coming into your own and realizing what it is that you want to do? Like, how was that childhood like for you?
So growing up, I'm originally from New York, but I grew up in a small town called Gaston. Nobody even knows what that is. But
Okay.
growing up, I was a major nerd. I was picked on really badly, and I rapped because I thought it would make me a little bit cooler. And
Okay.
it helped nothing, absolutely nothing.
Wow.
But in the same breath, it helped to shape my mindset. And it did help me push into music because even though I wasn't, the coolest rapper, I got into band where my band directors taught me the art of discipline and mindset, and that like shot me forward in everything that I do. And that same discipline mindset and I'm gonna work hard so I can be great. It came from my upbringing.
Okay. Okay. Quinn, what you got?
So, I heard the song Love featuring Avi. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's super dope. I see it going crazy. What was the background on that? What was the concept of coming up with that song?
So, Love is actually for me one of the first songs that I basically wrote the entire song, harmonies and everything, except for Avi's part. She wrote her own. So when I was writing it's basically like having a crushy crush, having a
Mhm.
body, and you want to talk to him, but you don't know how to talk to him. So I just kind of wrote the verse, be like, hey, I can do something new, because one part, like everybody who's ever like dated me, they're like, oh, you something different.
Okay.
So that's why one of my lines is, I'm a little different for you. I can show you something new. I want to change your perspective.
So
Okay.
I like the song. I definitely like that. It's catchy, and Avi can definitely sing.
Thank you.
She can definitely sing.
Most definitely, most definitely. Now, let me ask you this. So being, seeing as how you're able, you're a singer, slash rapper, what type of vibes do you usually get from people that know that you have both those skills to do?
Well, see, the singing thing that just started, like that just really started with Love. That's the first song I really sang. But
Okay.
I have people hit me up and be like, "Yo, let's feature," and I love featuring because I get to hear somebody else's style too. And I love featuring with singers because, like I said, the singing thing is not really something that I've been doing for a long time. So when I get in a booth with a singer, it helps to I actually start to learn stuff from them. Getting vibes from them. So I love working with singers.
Okay. Okay. So let me ask you this. Outside of music, what are some of the things that you do in your off time when you're not doing shows or performing shows? Like what is your go-to?
I'm a gamer.
Okay.
I also really appreciate anime. Like I'm wearing a My Hero Academia shirt. Um, and I'm a science major, so I spend
Okay.
a lot of time studying and focusing on trying to go get my master's. Actually, that's what I'm working towards.
Okay. That's
Oh,
what's up. That's what's
get
up.
that masters.
Yes, ma'am.
Most definitely, most definitely. Now, I want to ask this too because, we have, we have so many different genres of music. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure you've heard the phrase or the term mumbo jumbo. There's a lot of mumbo jumbo rap. So, what I want to ask you is, being the artist that you are, and putting out the music that you put out, how easy or how relatable is your music for people to be able to tap into?
Um, I feel like it's very relatable because the songs that I write are really about things that people can relate to. Like Love, somebody, feeling a little, they want to shoot they shot and they just
Right.
don't say what they want to say. From my song Novocaine, I know I struggled with depression before, and I know a lot of people have struggled with depression before, felt lost, so they can relate to that. My song Breakup Call, everybody's been through a breakup. At least,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
so,
Right.
about different things that is how I feel, and I know a lot of people deal with the same things that I go through.
Okay. My next question. How has social media helped you or shaped you to become the artist that you are today?
Social media is what's breaking these songs. Honestly, it's different from how music was like in the early 2000s, where YouTube was heavy. If you push yourself on TikTok, because TikTok honestly is what caused one of my records to start viral. So
Wow. Congrats on that. Congrats.
social media is what breaks a lot of these songs nowadays. You cannot be out here and not be on social media. So before, when I didn't really like having a Instagram, and I wasn't too much on the social media side, I got to be up here all the time.
Right.
So working people can constantly see my face.
Right.
Right. Right. Right. Quint. So another thing I want to kind of tap into is, you know, when it comes to the variety or diversity of people that are tapped into your music, engaged by that is engaged to your music. What does that diversity and that type of and the interactions look like for you?
It's wild because so many people are tapped into my songs, and it's like being hit up from people from other countries. That's that's the crazy thing. I'm like, they listen to my music in Poland. They're in Africa, and having some, because I've had a couple of people find my Instagram and tap in and be like, "Hey, I'm from such and such, and I love your song." I was like, "That's crazy." Or,
Right.
Right.
Gotta be
Right.
dope.
Right.
yeah, and even other styles of music rock with my music because I was very close with somebody who was into country rap.
Okay.
And they were like, "Yo, I rock with your sound." They wanted me to try to get a track on them. I still want to try to do that, but having different feels. And
Okay. 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 So now, I wanna ask this. So, whenever the time comes, because I tell this to any artist, because you will go down in history as a household name probably more like 10 times an icon, legend, however you want to look at it. But what is it about you, mainly about you specifically, that, you know, with your music, with your style, your flow, and all of that combined into one? What is one thing that you want everybody to, you know, if you could, as a, you know, I'm pretty sure you've heard this saying, you know, you each one, teach one. If you're able to reach one, you know, you're going someplace. So what is your main message? Like, what is your main mindset and your main message, you know, going into, you know, being out here in 2020, doing your thing, you know, still learning, still experiencing, still tapping in with artists? You know, what is your main message for the people and for yourself?
Honestly, if you believe it, you can do it. And if you want it, go get it.
Okay.
I
Okay.
like that.
I like that. I definitely like that. Okay. Okay. Quinn, what you got?
So, did it take you a while to actually mold and like find your sound, something that you was like, okay, this is gonna be it for me. Like, this is how I want to present myself to the world. This is how I want to shape my music.
Yeah, it took me a little while to figure out what I want. Because at first, I'm not gonna lie, I did want to be on that hardcore rap stuff. I want to be like, I like the. But myself, I was like, yo, I sound goofy. And somebody deemed me the lover girl rapper, and I was like, you know what? They right, and that's my lane. But I do the hardcore stuff. But yeah, if I want to be known, if they want to call me the lover girl rapper, well, that's what's up. I make people feel good.
Good. Right. Exactly. Exactly. So, like whenever you get ready for shows, what is your go-to? Like, what is important for you at a show? Like, what do you need when you pull up to a show?
So before I even get to the show, I have a whole like week-long prep thing that I do.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys ever heard it's important to work out if you're going to perform.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't walk too well right now because, you know, my legs kind of messed up. But what I do, I walk for like an hour just rapping my songs.
I
So
like that.
I get in the mindset and I get my breath control up. So
Mm-hmm.
then when the day of, making sure that I have, you know, my breath control up, a bottle of water because I get dry mouth when I'm about to get on stage. And then just seeing at least one person who supports me, if it's Bells, if it's my brother, if it's my videographer Tommy T, if it's, you know, anybody who just comes out and supports me, being able to look into the crowd and see them, then I know it's go time.
Okay. I like
Absolutely.
that. I like that.
Gotta have that backup. Where y'all at? Okay,
Most,
it's lit.
most definitely. Most definitely. Now I want to tap back in real quick. So let me ask you this. So, you know, when you're out and about, right, and you're doing shows and you're doing events, and you hear or you see people that are either harmonizing to your music or singing it word for word, you know, back to you, like, what is that experience and how does that make you feel to know that not only did you put out such a, you know, saying such a dope track or a dope song, but the people actually know, you know, they know your stuff? How do you feel about that?
It's kind of cool because what I do with my song "Adore," I have a part where it goes, "It's unnatural," and then I want them to catch, well, it's unnatural, and we go back and forth. It's the audience age, and it because I'm like, okay, they know it, we doing it together, and it becomes more of a vibe, and and like audience participation is so major to being able to perform.
Right.
Like when if the audience is dead, I promise you the performance is going to be dry. So getting the audience engaged with you and then singing the songs and bopping and jamming, that's what really gets me going.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
a skill. Definitely a skill to get everybody hyped with you.
Mm-hmm.
Most
Definitely.
definitely. Most definitely. We definitely rock with that. So now I must ask this. So, you know, has there ever been a time in your life where you felt like you've made a song but you didn't really like it, so you kind of had to critique your music a little bit or kind of tweak your music a little bit?
Yeah, I've hated every song. When I first wrote them, I hated every song I ever put out. I'm the first critic. Like honestly, I listen because I would listen to my songs before I even drop them. I'd be like, do I really like this?
Yeah.
And I might go back to the studio a couple more times and just re-record. But eventually, when I drop the product, it's something that I am significantly happy with. So yeah, but there have been songs I'll be like, oh my god, what was I doing?
Right.
I went back and fixed it.
Right.
Okay, okay, and I'm glad that you responded the way what I was exactly thinking you was gonna say, because you have a lot of artists out here that say, oh, I put out a song or I put out an album and I don't even listen to it, but for you as an artist, so it's safe to say that you listen to your music.
Yeah, all the time, at least once every day. I know that sounds really bad, but I listen to all my songs at least once every day. Just in passing. It's on my playlist, so it just scrolls.
Most definitely, most definitely.
That's dope.
Now, I want to ask one other thing. Then, again, I'm gonna let my co-host tap in. So earlier, you mentioned, you battled with depression, and we have a lot of people out here in this world that battles with that deals with that, especially with the current state of the way the world is going on and moving now. So, what are some of the things that you had to do for yourself to kind of, in a sense, break that cycle of being depressed, on a daily basis, or knowing what to do to kind of keep your mind, active versus being in that mood. What are some of those things that you do?
One thing, and I know with our community, we are scared to ask for help. You gotta ask for help sometimes. I remember when I got down to my darkest spot. If it was not for my friends, I probably would not have made it. If it was not for having a strong support system, I would not have made it. Like, I legitimately remember I was going through that phase, and one of my friends drove 2 hours every single day so I could not be alone.
Wow, that's
So
love.
Shout
that's
out to them.
That's
honestly,
love.
I would not have to be in moments where I can get depressed. So asking for help and then going to therapy, honestly, where I was able to, you know, get tools to help because I have anxiety as well, to cope with it. And so now I have my tools, and I try to keep a positive mindset. Sometimes I struggle, of course, we all will, but as long as you keep and you communicate it, you can't bottle it up. Hey, I'm feeling A, B, C, and D. Can you talk to me about it? You gotta talk about it.
Most definitely, I definitely agree. Again, go ahead, Quinn.
I was just saying, absolutely. It's definitely not a joke, and it's important to catch it and not throw it to the wayside, because we gonna beat ourselves up, and why tear yourself down when when you got people around you that's willing to be that shoulder to lean on for you.
Mm-hmm.
Most definitely, most definitely. I definitely agree with that. So, aside, and I know I said this earlier, but aside from everything that you're already doing, what's next for TcVsChanze? Like, what's next on your agenda?
Let's see. I'm planning on dropping another single really soon. Summertime vibe. Trying to just not haven't decided what month yet, but it's coming this summer. It might be August, it might be September, but I'm dropping a new single. Um, Planning on doing a lot more performances. Just keeping myself busy, keeping myself active, and hopefully you guys will see me opening up for a major artist soon,
Okay.
because I won a competition back in March
That's
and
what's up. That's what's up.
opened up for a major artist. So that's what I'm planning on and hoping on doing this year.
Let's get it.
Okay. Okay. So my next thing, real quickly, who are some of your influences growing up? Like, who are some of the ones that you grew up listening to that again got you into the music and got you into this rap and this hip hop game?
So, number one artist, Lupe Fiasco.
Okay.
Number one, he was the first rap song because I wasn't allowed to listen to rap, but I snuck into the room when the BET Jazz was going on, and
Okay.
that's into rap superstar. And then Kanye West, old Kanye West.
Okay.
So I used to sit around and rap his songs as well. And then Ryan Leslie, that man is genius. He's amazing.
Amazing.
And that's why I feel like my passion for different types of instrumentals. I like instrumentals with heavy instrumentation, and it comes from Ryan Leslie.
Okay. Okay, I like that. Okay.
Super dope.
Super dope. Yeah, I've actually had a chance to kind of listen to some of his stuff, and he definitely got something going for himself. And I definitely rock with the vibe. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely what it's about. Quinn, what you got?
So I know you talked about you wanting to, or you are going to be doing more shows in the future. Have you ever had like a bad show experience that you were like, oh hell no?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah. To be honest, I had a show out in New Jersey, and like, I some vibes, you know, the audience was dead. I was rapping, and they were just looking at me. I was like, "What I gotta do, a backflip? Like, what I gotta do for y'all to interact with me?"
Right, like what's up?
Yeah.
Come on, guys, and I was like, "Yo, Bells, I ain't doing this no more, no more." And he's like, "Fool, if you don't stop," he said, "you got it." He said, "Look," he said, "you just got to go out there and try it again." And then my next show, I came out and I rocked it, and it was cool vibes. And you know, it's so you know we all have that one.
Yes. I mean, sometimes you run into those people who are just like, I'm just here to hear some music. And most of the time people just waiting for them to perform. So it's like they just be sitting there like they might rock with it, but they ain't gonna show you they rock with it. And it's just be like, dang, y'all so
Right.
dry.
Right. I definitely agree. So, let me ask you this. So now, you know, when you think 5 to 10 years from now, you know, even what you still doing music, you know, is there anything else that you have found that a niche or a craft in that you want to pursue more, you know, along with your music?
So yeah, outside of the music, you know, helping artists and all that stuff. Going back to that science degree, I do want to do biomedical engineering and stem cell research. I already am looking at diabetes treatments. That's something I'm super passionate. So I might just be a rapping doctor or something like that.
Yes. We need
That's lit though. To be a rapper and a doctor, that's dope. That's dope.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, now let me ask you this. So now when you think about the songs that you put out, what is it mainly about your songs that within that moment within that moment in that time, you know for yourself that, you know what I'm saying, it's, you know, you're putting it out for it to touch people and for it to reach people. Like what does it take for you to really fully tap into releasing a song?
So fully tapping in, you know, it comes with my marketing plan. Like, okay, what audience do I want to cater this to? To be honest, some of my songs, I'm not gonna say which ones were written for people. How can I make sure that they hear it so they,
Right.
I was talking about you a little bit, but so it comes from like really making a plan and having an idea of how I want to push the song, the narrative I want to do behind it. My first 3 projects, I was like, I want to do a mini movie. I want people to see this whole storyline and fall in love with these characters. And so when I dropped my first 3 singles, it was to push that kind of that somebody got broken up with. They met somebody else new, and then they fell in love. So Breakup Call, Do You Mind in Truth?
Okay. Okay. I like that. That's definitely wow. That's dope and deep at the same time. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I definitely can appreciate, you know what I'm saying, your passion. You know, and I definitely see it, you know, and you can tell that you're passionate about what you do is because like I say, it's always, you know, put into the music. Now on that topic, you know, with the current state of the world and the current state of you know of what's going on surrounding us, you know, have you in some way, form, or fashion incorporated what's going on in the world into your music, or have you left that out?
Um, so I have tried, especially COVID is a thing, and that's a big thing with FaceTime. I'm letting y'all know that the song I'm going to drop is called FaceTime. So
Okay.
what is the biggest thing that people have had to do a lot this year? FaceTiming.
Right.
So, getting, being in a relationship, you gotta be on the phone because you can't see somebody, you know. So yeah, the world has shifted. You can't travel as much as you would like to anymore. Things change, but still being able to stay connected with somebody that you rocking with.
Okay. Okay. Quinn?
Definitely. Next song got to be Zoom. so, what are some places that you visit that you've had shows at, cities, states?
Right. So we love New York. We in New York at least once a month. We love New York. So I perform in New York a lot. I'm actually performing Saturday in Atlanta, Georgia. So I'm a Atlanta. I performed in Miami, and this summer I'm supposed to be performing in Maryland, and now in Roanoke, Virginia. So, I'm hitting on my bases.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So what's
Travel.
most definitely, you definitely gotta get that travel in. So let me ask you this: what's been the hottest state that you've been to that you're like, yo, like I rock with the people out here, like I rocks with this thing. Like, what's been that state or city for you?
It gotta be New York, man.
Okay.
Like I love New York because every time I go out there, it's a vibe, and I do so much when we're out there. We stay busy. Now, the nicest place that I've been to definitely is Florida, but Florida ain't got nothing on New York.
Okay. Okay. Well, definitely big shouts out to New York. It's crazy.
Right.
New York is major. It is huge, and
Yeah.
thankfully, I got some fam out that way. So trust me, I kind of get some of that New York vibe whenever whenever I touch base with them. So, real quickly, you're putting out your music. You're owning your craft. You're learning more about yourself on a daily basis. What is it about this industry specifically for you that you feel, or not even so much feel, but do you feel like the music that we got way back then, do you feel like it can be brought back in 2022?
The thing is, it can, but how accepting are people going to be of it? Because I know, I'm in a lot of review shows. I hear a lot of people trying to bring back that '90s style, but they get the same type of, man, this sound old. What is this?
Yeah.
It's music. Like I hear people blowing 90 type beats, and people like, because some people give ratings. Some of the shows I go, they let the audience rate them. They giving people with hot music low ratings because it's not what it is right now. So people have to be accepting of that type of music to make a comeback, and it really depends on our.
Most definitely, most definitely. Quinn?
90s music where it's sad though. They
Third.
sleep.
90s vibe over here, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, okay. They sleep. So, let us know social media that we can find you, so that they can know and tap in and be updated with you.
So TC versus Chance is spelled TcVsChanze. All word. You can find it on any social media platform, and it's all the same. I just keep it one way.
Most definitely, most definitely. Now, I want to ask this before we wrap this thing on up. So, and then I'm gonna let my co-host once again tap in with one final question for you before we close it out. But when you look at artistry now, and you look at some of these names that some of these artists come up with, and then you look at your own. Do you feel like sometimes you may kind of confuse people with the way you do your name, or does it just come natural for you?
No, nobody can say my name, honestly. Everybody be like, TC, Chance, TC. Is this two people? Is this two different people in the group? Not person, one name. I've heard some real weird Shanze, TcVsChanze. I was like, okay.
Wow. Wow.
So
That's crazy.
before I do anything, I normally have to break down how to say it in an email or something. or they just chop it up and be like, "Hey, I'm sorry, I messed up your name. Just tell everybody what it is."
Right, exactly.
Oh
I definitely love it, man. And I definitely, again, I definitely am in full. We both, me and my co-host, we're definitely in full support of you and going forward. So we definitely can't wait to see what's next for you. We definitely want to say we appreciate you for tapping in with us. You know what I'm saying? We definitely, so this is definitely worthwhile. Definitely anticipated. The anticipation has been building. So we definitely glad that we had a chance to tap in with you. I'm gonna let my co-host tap in with one final thing to close us out, and then you already know we're gonna vibe out some more. You know what I'm saying?
So one weird question. I know you mentioned that you were a gamer. Have you ever skipped out on the studio and played your game?
That's a good question. I like that question. I see you, Quinn. Okay.
I haven't out, but I have brought the game to the studio. Like,
Okay, win-win.
I've never skipped out, but I'm weird like that. I put a lot of game references in my verses, so
Okay, that was gonna be another question. Okay. I like that.
Most definitely.
Bring the game to the studio. I ain't gonna miss this.
Right. That part. Well, TcVsChanze, it has truly been an honor for you once again to tap in with us right here on Independent Scene Podcast. We definitely learned a lot. Hope that you guys out there in the comments learned a lot. Hope that you took some notes, because you definitely dropped some gems out here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely, can't wait to bring you back, because we will be bringing you back for a part 2, at some point later on down the line. But for myself, I say thank you. I appreciate you. Keep doing what you're doing. Co-host, what you got final left to say to her?
Thank you. Music is dope. I checked you out. I subscribed. So I'll definitely be following and checking out what's more to come for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Most definitely. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this has been my time. This has been Independent Scene Podcast, and you are now tuned in to the latest, hottest, most episodic show on all social media platforms. Once again, special thanks to my guest, TcVsChanze, for tapping in with us right here on the special edition. Once again, special thanks to my lovely, beautiful co-host, Quinn, for tapping in with us. You know what I'm saying? We bring the vibes to y'all all week long, so the party don't stop. But eventually the party has to stop, because we're at our time. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you so much, and we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. And we'll see you guys next time on another edition, Independent Scene Podcast. We out, y'all.